Right now at 6, a plan in the works to help sailors during desperate times. The Navy makes recommendations to help stop suicides.
Dozens of recommendations are made to get the much needed help, but questions remain about how this will fall into place. Good evening, and thank you for joining us. There are some of the answers that many in the Navy have been waiting for: how to stop a rise in suicide.
Just in the past hour, the Navy released dozens of ways it could fix the system. You'll remember our extensive reporting on suicides aboard the docked USS George Washington. There have been similar issues with the Mid-Atlantic Regional Maintenance Center. So what did they find? 10 on your side's Chris Horn leads us off tonight.
The mental health capacity for George Washington was insufficient.
In response, Admiral Daryl Cottle says the Navy has assigned more providers, including behavioral health technicians, a deployment resiliency coordinator, and more doctors. The Navy is also leasing more medical facilities near the Newport News shipyard to expand access. Cottle says the probe into suicides on board George Washington found no common threads.
They were in, different divisions, different times on board, different departments, different living conditions.
But one thing George Washington has in common with the Mid-Atlantic Regional Maintenance Center is that its crew has been shorebound for overhaul and refueling for more than 6 years.
It was pointedly obvious that the Navy had failed the George Washington through a host of things that we put that ship into.
Marmac had its own cluster of forced suicides last fall. The report recommends no punitive or disciplinary action be taken against any Marmac command members. In a joint memo following the reports, the Navy Secretary and Chief of Naval Operations said a policy will be established that ensures that every sailor deserves to go to sea. Cottle says the accountability is now on him and other fleet commanders to keep any other ship from having a protracted refueling like George Washington ever again, and says the reports will fundamentally shift in how the Navy does business. We've posted the reports and related information on wavy.com. Chris Horn, 10 on your side.
When reporters asked Navy officials about a schedule for implementation of the new measures, they said they could not give a specific timeline. We'll keep you updated. You can see all of our previous coverage of this story, as well as find resources if you need help right now on wavy.com.